making the trip to the desert.
Usyk just having a look, trying to work out his man.
Look at the size of the legs of Rico Verhoeven. Can those legs bounce like that for 12 rounds, Barry?
Well, I would probably say no, but he might not need to. I think it's important for him that, he's rushing Usyk now when he doubled the jab. But he brings his feet in fast, because he's such a big guy, he's forcing Usyk back in straight line for a minute.
But the hip movement as well. He's not a static target. Cannot afford to be against Usyk.
Wait for Usyk to really uncork that left hand. In kickboxing, right there from Rico. Clash of heads, perhaps. I was going to say, in kickboxing, Rico switches stances quite often. Not sure if he's going to do it here in the sweet science.
It seems like he's not as square on as I've seen him in the kickboxing ring. A bit more side on. Like the way he's got his chin down, shoulders rounded.
And he looks so much bigger than Usyk.
Huge.
Massive. This is a good positive start here.
Well, we know that Usyk figures fighters out and then takes over. Right now, seems to be downloading the information. What do I exactly have in front of me right now? This 6'5", 256-pound freak of nature. Body shot from Rico.
Great shot.
Are you impressed so far, Derek?
That was really good. Committed to that right to the body, didn't he, Barry? Lovely shot.
Well, whatever you can say, he's winning this round.
Yeah, let's see a bit more of that from Usyk. The feint, the right hook as well. Look at the movement of Verhoeven. It's all to his left-hand side, constantly.
Combination there from Usyk. I think no weight on the shot to worry Verhoeven though.
All in all, considering what we thought we might see, Rico gets an A++ performance for round. Peter Fury in the corner of Rico Verhoeven. They've been training together for about 15 years. Darren, what's Peter Fury fighters, what are they known for?
I mean, hard working, technically sound, and mentally very strong as well. And movement as well. Very good footwork. And we're seeing that here, aren't we? I must say, again, it's all to the left-hand side of Usyk. We know how well he throws that right hook.
Better from Usyk then. Nice uppercut, then a straight left hand.
Here's where he can maybe maul him a little bit. You guys thought this might be just kind of in first gear right now. There's a right hand. But Rico really forcing the issue.
Yeah, and he's tucking up well when he comes forward. Kind of hooking the shots in round the side, working the body, then leans on, nullifies the work of Usyk coming back. Yeah, it's been a good start.
Rico, a kickboxing record 66-10, 27 straight victories. Probably doesn't even remember the last time he lost. It's been so long.
So he's landing with that uppercut there, Usyk, and there's not loads of weight on it, but it's still a good shot. And Verhoeven's not even bothered.
He fights straight back, didn't he, with the right hand.
Is he tempting fate, though, guys, being this aggressive?
No, I think this is the right move. It is.
Nice uppercut from Usyk. And then Rico answers back.
Yeah, that's important that he does answer back and doesn't give any space for Usyk to make a second phase of attack.
But that uppercut's certainly the shot for Usyk. You can see how rounded he is, almost leaning over that front foot when he comes forward, Verhoeven.
You feel like Usyk is locked in right now, Barry?
I think he's been taken back a little bit by that really good start there. So he's had to land a little more frequently than this one, and he's had a much better round. I think he's shocked by the physical strength here of Verhoeven.
Maybe he's just waiting for Rico to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, possibly with the feints with the hands and feet. Just working out the man, but yeah, when he leans on, he looks an absolute unit in there, he really does.
Usyk's a little bit too static, I feel. He's more lateral movement, he'll get on the balls of his feet a little bit.
Perhaps waiting too long.
Yeah, but he's giving Verhoeven a target to hit, isn't he? To aim for.
Anytime Rico gets a close distance, he just lets his hands go.
And he looks quicker than what I've seen of Verhoeven activity with the hands, always feinting. You know, that's something he's put into Verhoeven for sure.
Rico Verhoeven said he used to spar Tyson Fury and get destroyed every time, but he came back for more and more. And then Tyson kept inviting him to his training camp because he knew just how tough Rico was and that he would always come forward, and that's what he's showing us here tonight.
Look, little opportunity there for Usyk. Just missed the trick to throw the counter. He stepped back after Verhoeven threw the right hand, but yeah, didn't let the shot go.
I'll tell you one thing, Usyk's not willing to trade with him.
Too smart, isn't he, for that?
Well, when you're as big as Rico is, you don't want to trade. I don't care who you are.
So that's the first punch he's thrown for a while there, Usyk.
He's still moving freely, isn't he, Verhoeven?
There are a lot of movements, though.
Yeah, it is a lot.
And if the fight goes long, they'll take the punch. Shot.
This might be the most competitive round we've seen this fight. Double jab from Rico. Concern should Usyk fans be right now?
I don't think there's any cause for concern right now. It's just, you feel there's more to come. You feel he will start up in the tempo. It's a good start to this 6th round from the Ukrainian. But it does need to start to happen.
What a performance so far from Rico Verhoeven. I don't know anyone who picked him to win this fight outside of his friends and family, and even they probably had some real questions about it.
He does that well when he leans on.
I tell you one thing as well, I think Usyk might be struggling with that weight he's carrying here. He's a lot heavier than what he normally is. And the movement, the lateral movement certainly, the sway inside the side, is so much less than it ever has been.
Pretty similar stats when you look through round 5.
It's interesting, I thought I would have seen a lot more jabs landing from Usyk.
I love the way when Rico gets Usyk against the ropes, not only does he put his weight on him, Barry, but he's throwing punches. And again, Rico marching forward, landing punches.
Again, changing up the pace of the fight as well. He's on the back foot now, look, trying to push Usyk back. He has success with that right to the body, doesn't he?
There's a feint there from Usyk.
I mean, Barry, by any metric, Usyk doesn't look like Usyk tonight. Is that because maybe he's struggling himself, or is Rico making him look like this?
Well, it's hard. You've got to say it's Rico, haven't you? I mean, he looks a little bit. He doesn't look as in shape as he normally is, Usyk. But that's, you can't make that. You can't use that as an excuse. You knew how to fight. You got to get fit for the fight. You got to get ready for the fight. You got to win the fight.
You mentioned it, Todd. That leaning on, he really does push on, and he'll throw some heavy shots. And it's something that I don't think he's been used to, Usyk.
Well, Rico is a workout fiend. He never cuts corners. And sensational shot
In the past, I think he knows that he needs to be.
When Conor McGregor crossed over to boxing and fought Floyd Mayweather, Conor was very successful early, won a couple of rounds before Floyd Mayweather started to take over after he figured it.
The big thing here is, can he sustain it? Can he keep this going? As we say, massive, doesn't he? Can he keep this moving? That's a beautiful right to the body. I was just saying it was a little low.
Yeah, Rico acknowledged that. Wants to keep it a fair fight. Of course, that harkens back to the controversy surrounding Dubois dropping Usyk in Poland, what was deemed a low blow. Look at Mike Coppinger, he's got it 2-0 for the big Dutchman.
That's better there from Usyk, nice little face.
Another shot from Rico.
They just stood a little tall there, chin high.
I'll tell you what, guys, this is not how he kickboxes. He's never this aggressive in the early rounds. I'm very surprised with this strategy, but it's a winning formula so far.
And it's the right move. We did say that, didn't we? Just in the preview just now. I think you got to rush him and take that risk. But I don't think he has to rush him. He's rushing him with his attacks, but they're relatively smart, but they're straight punches down the line.
Do you know what? I think there's a bit of variation to the work. You know, every now and again he'll creep forward like he does.
Again, Rico, heavy hands on Usyk.
I think Usyk thought, like we all thought, when he's down to those uppercuts, punches that he might not be able to see, that he might back him up. And that hasn't happened as yet.
There's a nice right to the body for Verhoeven. Back come Usyk with a nice left hand.
Another right from Usyk.
Oh, good response from Usyk there with the left hand. trying to get some natural movement into play here, Usyk.
He's not fainting as much as he used to.
You know, usually it's hard for other fighters to figure Usyk out. Is Usyk having a hard time figuring this guy out?
I think the length of the arms there from Verhoeven as well, that's a bit of a struggle for him. They're not just thick, they're long.
And now Rico feeling himself, staying on his toes. I'm just wondering, can he keep this pace up in the later rounds?
I think he looks at you a moment ago there and just find out a jab, Verhoeven.
It looked like a look-away shot.
So again, it's the variation on it. It's a nice counter 1-2 that from Usyk. Good footwork.
Usyk has his guard up. Looked like he blocked those punches.
I think that's where he can throw the uppercut as well, Todd. When he throws the hooks, then screw the shot through the middle. More offensive now, isn't he, Usyk?
Oh, good shot there from Verhoeven.
Thing for Rico Verhoeven. A much better round 4 here from the champ.
Everything's been through.
That fight available on DAZN as part of your ultimate subscription. Round 5 here between Rico and Usyk. A lot of people didn't think it'd even go this far. What was your official predictions, guys?
Oh, that Usyk wins any way he wants to, quite comfortable, and then stops him within 5 rounds. That's the truth of it.
Yeah, but around 6-7, I thought, mid-rounds.
But it hasn't been the fight we thought. Not at all. And you've got to give credit there to Verhoeven. It's him. He's the best.
Just loaded up with that right hand, Verhoeven, and a nice little step back on the left from Usyk.
Nice left there from Usyk. Rico just coming forward methodically, trying to just walk through those punches.
Really leaning on.
Let's bring in Mike Coppinger with a scorecard.
Yeah, Todd, I mean, Rico Verhoeven's been incredibly impressive. I mean, an active jab, he's moving his head, he's aggressive, he's confident. Usyk did a lot better in that 4th round, but Rico's still in this fight, and no matter what happens now, we're all impressed by Rico.
Yeah, I think, you know, he's ahead, but you feel tide is shifting here, is changing. Usyk, center of the ring, as I say, more active with the hands. I'd like to see him just step to his right-hand side a little bit and meet Verhoeven, who's moving constantly to his left-hand side with that right hook.
You guys talked about all the feints that Rico was going to have to react to that Usyk was going to give him. Rico's a feint machine in this fight.
But also, he's constantly doing something with his hands. He's twitching with his shoulders, constantly moving them up and down, and that maybe takes the focus of Usyk a little bit slightly. And then when he does attack, he can't read it as good as he normally does.
I think, again, you asked a question about Peter Fury. What does he implement? And I think, you know, the non-punching.
Moving against the best boxer in the world. Seems like no matter what happens from here on out, I think Rico's shown enough to say, hey, he's got the goods.
Yeah, he really has. Surpassed everyone's expectations already.
He has to look further than a moral victory. He's got to try and capture this and shock the world. He's trying to nullify and stop and confuse Usyk with that lead hand. He just sort of taps it out, then he'll fire in that right hand as he did there.
And another right hand, and Usyk's chasing the cat around the ring.
Again, it's the variation. Look at it, you know, a moment ago he was on the back foot, now he's on the front foot, now leaning on.
And there's a bit of wasted energy there with throwing those hands so fast when there's nothing on them. But the leaning on Usyk is very important.
But what that does as well, that it sends, you know, something to the judges that you're busy, you're working, you're looking confident.
Rico got caught with one there, got off balance. Might want to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, he's been hurt there, Verhoeven.
There's a screw shot through the middle, wasn't there? Right through the guard there from Usyk.
And he knows he's a fantastic finisher, Usyk.
That's the little lead that Rico's put together about to come crashing down now here in the 4th.
He's got his legs back underneath him though here, Verhoeven.
Well, he's not playing with his food now, Tom.
No, he's eating it.
Oh, good shot. like this, though.
He's done well to recover there.
Of course, this is a 12-round fight. In kickboxing, Rico's championship fights were 5 3-minute rounds, but I mentioned earlier, he did recently compete in a one-night 8-man tournament where he fought 3 3-round fights in a single night.
The angles there, the shots here from
Big right hand from Usyk.
He's just flowing a lot better now, Usyk. Not loading up with the shots.
I've got to Usyk now. No, he's hurt a good shot. Lovely little uppercut as he was coming forward there from Usyk. Knocked the gum shield out. He needs to find different angles here, Oleksandr Usyk.
Stay switched on a couple of times there. He had his left hand low, but he got caught with a couple of right hands.